Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Hustle with Julian. This is going to be the first edition. If you wonder why I got two sweaters on right now, it's because it's 40 degrees and I'm from California, so it might as well be freezing, snowing outside because that's what it feels like. But today I'm going to touch base on my first importing experience with these pocket bikes here straight from China. They're all 49cc engines. They're one of the few that have EPA, so they can be shipped into California. These are very hard to find because of the strict regulations California has, especially with motors. There's just not a lot of suppliers with EPA. Actually, this is the only one that I could find with EPA. Some people might sneak these things in without EPA. I didn't want to deal with having to pay extra money or having all my shit, sent back if it didn't work out. So I decided to find somebody who had the EPA. I got this in first day. I was super excited, super pumped. I had posted a fake ad before I actually had ordered these just to see how much interest there was out there. And it turns out there was some interest. I had 10, 15 people hit me up. Hey, is this available? Is this available? And at the time I was like, man, okay, that's a good sign. There's some interest in these. I can import these for like $200 a pop, sell them for like at least 300, make a cool 500 extra dollars a month, and that's perfect. Imported them in. I was hoping to have them in early December. Didn't get them until like 2 days before Christmas. I think it was like the day before Christmas Eve, maybe 2 days before. But as soon as I posted them up, I sold two within like a day, within 24 hours. So I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be perfect. I'm gonna order 10 like next month. So, or as soon as I sell these, I'm gonna order like 10. Long story short, right after Christmas, I had a hard time selling these. It's now January 5th, about to be January 6th, and I wasn't able to sell these straight out the box because they came with problems. And everything's a learning experience. I'm going to tell you guys what happened with mine. So basically, I got them in, and some of the body panels were broke. Like on this one, you could kind of see this right here. The shit's broke. On another one, like the tail was broke, and a couple other things were broke. And it's just from shipping. Stuff comes from China. It's a long ways, so you get some damage. Some things get fucked up. That wasn't such a big deal. The big deal was that when I got these bikes out, I went to start them to test them. Two of them ran just fine, and those happened to be the two that I sold. The other three would start and then bog out, start and then bog out, or just not even start at all, or start for like a second and you would ride it like 100 feet and then it just dies. So I didn't want to sell people shit that was gonna cause them problems, and they were gonna bring back to me, and I was gonna have all this drama and all this shit. So I decided to figure out what the problem was. I ended up finding out that it was the carburetors. All of these bikes come with these piece of shit carburetors that run like shit. This is what they look like. These are $3 from China. These are the ones they came with, and they're literally just trash, like just piece of shit. I threw them all away. I ordered other carburetors off Amazon. I'll show you guys what that one looks like. That one looks like this right here. So those carburetors, you can get these from Amazon. They're like $30. You can order them from China for like $10. Basically, my recommendation is, if you're ordering these pocket bikes, to try to flip them, which in my market, it wasn't too hot. It's not something I would do again. Maybe around Christmas time next year. But for me, it's been a week and they're moving too slow, and I'm not gonna make that much money as I thought. Like before Christmas, I made $150 off each bike that I sold profit. And if it would have continued like that, perfect, I would have ordered more. But after Christmas, there just wasn't the hype there. There wasn't the demand there for kids, people getting gifts for their kids and all that. So without that hype being there, they're just moving super slow now. And I got 3 of them that I'm sitting on. So my personal recommendation would be, if you do order these, make sure you get the upgraded carburetor, because it's only going to cost you like $10 instead of $3 per carburetor. If you talk to your manufacturer, you can have those added on as well. And you know, that way your bikes come and straight out the box they're starting. A way to avoid the body damage is maybe if you have them send all the body parts in a separate package, and then just the frames and the engine in another package. That would be one way to avoid the body damage. And then if you got them like that, they'll be good to go. Boom. And if you get them around Christmas season, you'll probably sell like 10 of them, no fucking problem. If you get them right in the beginning of December, you probably sell like 10, maybe even 20 of them. But after Christmas, like coming into this January, they're just moving too slow. It's not something I would do again. This was my first importing experience, and it was a great experience. I made some money. I didn't lose any money. I'm sure eventually these will sell. And until then, they're hella fun to just ride, you know, cruise around with friends or your girlfriend or whatever. So that was my experience. I wanted to let you guys know. It was my first importing experience from Alibaba. It happened to be with Pocket Bikes, a product that I thought was hot. And another thing is, me personally, because I did a little bit of drop shipping before I import something, or before I buy something to try to flip it, or whatever I'm trying to do to flip and make money, I post a fake ad first. If I see that there's interest on it, then I'll look into it and probably purchase it, depending on how much interest there is. But one thing, like with these bikes, for example, you know, like I've had fucking probably 50 people hit me up for these bikes, but so many of them are just flakes and just flakes and flakes and flakes, and they're just asking questions. And it's good to post a fake ad to see if there's even some interest out there, but just know that, you know, a lot of these people are going to be flakes, just like anything. You know, a small percentage of people are going to buy out of the people that actually hit you up. So with that being said, but it all depends. You know, you got to know your product, you got to know your market, you got to know what you're selling. But that's what I like to do before I sell anything. So yeah, that's my advice. I hope somebody could get something positive out this. And it was a good experience overall, and this is my first video, so thank you everyone for watching. It's probably like 1 or 2 people, but appreciate it. And I'm looking to grow this channel and try a bunch of different side hustles and record my experiences to help other people, and then also so I can see myself, the progress that I'm making, and see what makes money and see what doesn't. And I got a few other projects on the way, so I'm excited to see what happens next. Peace. Deuces.